Here's your boy Shawn the Wonder again, back with another game review, and this time I'm talking about The Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit. This game was shown at E3 earlier this year at one of the press conferences. I forget which, fuck, it don't matter, but yeah, they announced it was gonna drop and it was gonna be free. And so, free. I had to play it. I didn't really have money for games recently, so I was like, why the fuck not? But important thing about this, if you're looking for this on the PlayStation Network store, search Life is Strange on there and not Captain Spirit. Even though the game was marketed as The Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit, it's lumped under the Life is Strange 2 demo. I know it's weird. They should probably change that because for a while I couldn't find it and thought they took it off the the store, and probably a lot of other people thought so too. So not Ubisoft, Square Enix, y'all should change that shit. But to get into this review, this is basically a demo prequel to Life is Strange 2. I never played the original Life is Strange, even though I do have, I think, episode 1 or the complete season, excuse me, on my PC. But I can't really play it because my PC is trash. But yeah, I know that the game stars two adult women called Max and Chloe, but this game takes the role of a little boy. I think he's about maybe 9 years old. And basically, the game is a point and click adventure or adventure title, since you're not really doing point and click in like a PC game. And it's and you take the role of this little boy and his superhero persona that he makes up called Captain Spirit. And Captain Spirit, I'm not sure if I could pinpoint like a metaphorical element to it or allegory as of yet. This demo is quite short. It's about, well, it's kind of short and long for a demo because most demos aren't, don't last for you for an hour and a half. I think you could probably get an hour and a half at it at the most if you get absolutely everything, or maybe 2 hours if you're kind of slow on it, really taking your time. But yeah, it starts you off picking out the superhero outfit for Captain Spirit. You get to choose if you want light armor, heavy armor, a helmet, or a mask. Yeah, so you basically just go around the house trying to find pieces of your costume and interacting with stuff in the environment to learn a little bit more about Chris, who plays Captain Spirit, and his father and his mother. So you only live with your father in this house. There's something that happened in between the father and mother. I'm not. At first, you're not sure if she divorced or if she died. It's not quite clear. You find out until the end of this demo, actually, exactly what happened to the mother. So basically, you go around the house, find out stuff like I mentioned, and you go around and do some of your chores around the house and try to make it fun by using your superhero persona. Like, for instance, you go into a water heater room and it transforms into like this otherworldly dimension, and you're approaching like this creature at the end. And once you do, basically the room goes back to normal for the water heater, and you just basically flipped on the switch. It's just a little neat things to represent a child's imagination. But is it really just his imagination? It's not really clear yet, but there's something towards the end that might hint to something different. But after that, you could go around and find little stuff around the house. There's like extra stuff you do that don't have to pertain to the story. Like you can unlock your father's phone and get access to a game on there to play. I didn't do it in my demo. I never found out the code, but yeah, that's something that you can do. But yeah, basically after this, you do other things. You can find pieces of after you're searching, I guess spoilers and shit. Even though the game is free, so if you have a modern console, you could play it. You should have played it by now, but yeah, you find out that your mother was an artist which explains why Captain Spirit is probably into superheroes and comic books. He reads a little comic called something about Hot Dog. I know the character name is Hot Dog. It's basically a human anthropomorphic hot dog and shit. So yeah, your mother was an artist, and you find out through a piece in the garage, I think, that she was going to college for something, I think, but she dropped out after she got pregnant, and and then she left from there. And let's see what some other unique things I remember saying from the demo. Oh yeah, if you go into the tree house, you do find out you do look up some report cards, like one of his bad report cards. You I don't know, it didn't look that bad to me until I saw the D and it was in PE. Like, how the fuck you get a D in PE, my dude? That's the easiest class ever. When growing up, I don't get that, but whatever. Even somebody who didn't play sports and shit, that's still like an easy A. That's a free A, actually. But yeah, I never found all of the all the pieces of the costume. I got the light armor and the cape. Try to find a helmet. I think it was in that little fortress in the snow, but I didn't go back and find the map for it. I was about to. I went back into the house and I woke the dad up. Oh yeah, that's something else. Once you get to the point where your dad starts watching football and he asks us to wake him up after he falls asleep, do not wake him up until you're ready to. Like, if you wanted to do some more things around the house, do all of that stuff first and then wake up your dad last, just to let you know. Yeah, so you could there's some choices made in the game as well. Just a couple of times I encountered, like one playing with toys and the other with talking to your dad. So I was trying to have some fun with this game and fuck with the dad. So the first interaction you get with your dad is him making breakfast, and you get to choose, yo, mom's eggs was better, or I like your food, dad. But the response wasn't as funny as I thought it was. He took it seriously. He was like, but I miss how the way mom used to make eggs. I was trying to fuck with the dude, but the game wouldn't let me do it. But yeah, it's a little neat game. It's short. They didn't leave. I can't say a lot. I don't have any strong feelings about it either way on it. But to come to the end of the demo, once you wake your dad up, you find out that he was pretty. He seemed like he's pretty abusive, or he can be in some situations. He wakes up, he starts drinking and stuff, and then he falls over. He trips over, and then there's a knock at the door, and it's your neighbor who's also one of the teachers at a school. Ugh, excuse me. And she asks if everything's all right. You get two choices to how to answer it, and I think I chose the one that said he just tripped and fell. Which is not a lie. He did do that, but there's not an option to actually tell like all your business in that situation. So basically, your dad just starts yelling at you, starts blaming you for your mother. She actually ended up dying in a car crash, and he blames the son for it because Chris he wanted her go out and get something. I think I forgot what it was, but yeah, he runs off, and then she goes off and dies in a car crash. So your dad, he has some serious problems here. He starts yelling, and it looks like he's about to hit you, and then you run away and go back to your tree house. And as you're climbing it, one of the pieces of the ladder breaks off, and you fall. And right before you hit the ground, you float for a little bit, and then you fall, indicating that Chris might actually have superpowers. He might be his own embodiment of Captain Spirit. So after you fall on the ground, you look up and you see two neighbor children waving at you. And the game basically ends there. Something else I forgot to mention about the about the teacher. She also probably picks up that the dad has some problems and some of her own, because she says to you, yo, you could come to our house like anytime you want to, that you're feeling scared or anything. And and then after that the conversation ends. But yeah, Captain Spirit is a nice little game, or a demo as you might say. I might play it again since I didn't get to do everything I wanted to in it. But yeah, just give it a try if you haven't already, or let me know in the comments below what you liked about it. So just give me a like, comment, and share this video, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you next time. Peace.